Right, big hand please for Tony Bill.
Thank you very much. This is one of my songs. This song is
There we
called
go.
Strangers No More. And,
Put him on your
I suppose it's quite apt. Quite apt for sort of like the new year. It's usually like a finishing song, but I thought I'd like to do that at the beginning. It's got a chorus which is pay no mind to the way life treats you. Further down this road, I'll see you again. And one of the things that I really enjoyed, something as I've been going around the folk scene, is just how hospitable everybody's been. It's been fantastic, and all the people that I've met, and just reminded me of like when I first started. Anyway, it goes like this. Start off with the chorus, here it goes. Pay no mind to the way life treats you, further down this road. Further down this road, I see you again. Give it a try. Pay no mind to the way life treats you, further down this road. Yes, further down this road, I see you again. That's great. At last to those thoughts, all ever unspoken, the due to friendships never returned, and savour the kindness of those good friends who abide in us further down this road. Further down this road, I see you again. Pay no mind to the way life treats you, further down this road. Further down this road, I see you again. Companions and strangers, the sorrow of a parting, tumble headlong down paths that we chose. The sound of your laughter makes leaving so much harder. Further down this road, further down this road, I see you again. Pay no mind to the way life treats you, further down this road, further down this road, I see you again. Your parting wishes are fond as you greeted, touch of your hand, it lingers in my mind. Oh, happy to meet their sorrow in the leaving, further down this road. Further down this road, I see you again. Pay no mind to the way life treats you, further down this road. Further down this road, I see you again. At last to those thoughts, all ever unspoken, the due to friendships never returned, and savour the kindness of those good friends who abide in us further down this road. to the way life treats you. Further down this road, further down this road, we'll be strangers no more. Thank you very much. The thing I like about digital tuners are they just show you how accurately out of tune you are. You're toying with me. This is a song which is called Lisbon, and really there's a lot of sexual tension in this one. Now I've got your interest. And when his ears pricked up then, yeah, so here we go. It was on one Whitsun Wednesday, 14th day of May, when we untied our anchor. So we sailed away, where the sun do shine glorious to Lisbon we were bound, where the hills and dales was dainted with pretty maidens all around. There I beheld a pretty fair maid in a broom of years, making much lamentation. Eyes was filled with tears. Fare thee well, my best time lover, to thee it is well known. So marry me, William, and leave me not alone. Oh no, me dearest Polly, do not go with I, where the soldiers they lie bleeding, is a dismal sight, where the fifes and drums are beaten to hide the dismal cry. So stay at home, Polly, and do not go with I. Pray do not talk of danger, love is my desire, and in the field of battle, where you spend your time, I travel far through France and Spain, all for to be your bride. So marry me, William, and I'll lay down by your side. But if I should meet a pretty fair maid, proper tall and gay, and if I should lay a fancy on her, Polly, what would you say? Would you not be offended? Oh no, me love not I. I'd stand beside William and lay down by and by. It was on one Whitsun Wednesday. This is the this instrument's called an octave mandola. It's like the idiot child of a banjo and a guitar. And I love this instrument, and it's I'm going to play a set of my tunes. The first tune's called The Piper's Share, and I used to play in a Ceilidh band, probably about sort of like 20, 25 years in a Ceilidh band, and often we had to have like people dip in, and there was a bagpipe player dipped in, and when it came to loading the equipment, he always disappeared to go and buy a packet of fags, which is strange because he didn't smoke. Okay, so the piper's share of the loading was absolutely nothing. The second tune's called The Voice at the Letterbox, which is about when I was like playing the banjo in Leeds, and I used to play from about 10 o'clock in the morning until about 2 o'clock the following morning. And somehow the neighbours weren't always exactly happy about this, but round about 2 o'clock in the morning they would always bang on the wall for just one more. And then this voice sort of like appeared at the letterbox in this back-to-back in Leeds, and the letter flap opened up like this, and there was an angry mouth on the other side of it, that's all we could see. And they said, "Hope you're bloody satisfied. We're moving now." It weren't the other instruments, it was the bloody banjo. And the last tune's called The Road to Currall. Now, Currall is a bit like a mythological kind of place that in Scotland, it's like more like Brigadoon. Don't sing it, please. And it only appears at certain times. So, here we go, the piper's share. Actually, I might sit up. No, I won't. There's nobody more surprised than me that I ever wound up sort of like being a songwriter. For me, so the best thing in the world was just to listen to half-deaf shepherds dragged from the hills. So the more sort of like ethnic and you know, sort of like authentic it was, the better.
Deaf Shepherd's a good one.
Yeah, they are. They're very good.
Oh, no, Deaf Leopard House.
Yeah. And there was a. You're obtuse. I like that in a pineapple. But there was a program on the television. It used to be like documentaries. They were called 40 Minutes. I don't know if you remember them. It was like round about 1980. And there would be like little snippets, like Storyville now. And there was this program about these two girls. This was like before Ladettes had been so like named as such. And these two girls were basically just having a good time, and they were vilified on the television. And I thought it was terrible, because on the same night there was another programme which was about Boy George taking heroin, and he was shown to be sort of like, you know, like it wasn't his fault kind of thing. And I was disgusted with the way that the BBC had shown these people, these two girls. And at the end there was a very touching part, because they would get drunk, they would sort of pick up sort of men, which is nothing wrong with that, it's just exactly the same as men do, but they were vilified for it. But right at the very end, what happened was they didn't realise they were being recorded, so they were both sitting on Brighton Beach, and they were saying, one said to the other one, "What do you think's going to happen to us when we get older?" And she said, one of them said, "We're going to wind up like Novelty Spinsters in a souvenir shop like mugs." And I just thought that was like such a thing, you know. So this is called Novelty Spinsters. Now I explained all of that, okay, because I was doing this, I think I was just outside of London, this is about like 20 years ago, and this woman came up to me and said, "You're nothing but a male chauvinist sexist pig." And you want to wind up saying, no, I stayed at home, I brought the children up, you know, so like, I understand, sort of, you know, overworked and undervalued the women within this house, yeah, within the house.
Did he?
Yeah.
Did he?
I'm too busy.
And I wanted to say all of those things, so she went, "You're nothing but a sexist pig." And I went, "Oh, thanks very much." That's all I could think of saying. Two lonely friends alone on a beach, Novelty spinsters too far out of reach. Don't waste your pity, they'll tell you no lies, spit you out in the blink of a sigh, and all they want is love, kind of love you could feel. Yes, all they want is love, only now it feels too real. An army of broken hearts pass through your charms. Don't let them near, they'll do you no harm. None for better, none for worse, they only wish they'd been as good as the first. And then they tasted love, kind of love you could hold. Yes, then there was love, and now you feel too bold. No dignity, no courtship, no romance is heard. You beg them and use them without speaking a word. Share your body, nothing more. The first time you speak is when you show them the door. And all you want is love, kind of love you could hold. Yes, all you want is love. Maybe now you're too bold. Close the door and turn out the light. You're never alone. Try as you might, his breath on your body, the weight of his grip, the dent in the bed, the tongue on the lid. But I hope that you find love, kind of love you could feel. I wish you nothing more than love. it's not too real. Two lonely friends alone on a beach, Novelty Spinsters too far out of reach. Don't waste your pity, they'll tell you no lies. Spit you out in the blink of a sigh. And I hope that you find love, kind of love you could hold. I wish you nothing more than love. You know you're not too cold. By the way, I would never have dreamed of like singing these songs in public. I mean, I've been writing songs since about that time, about 1980. Mostly because quite a lot of the songs, like the other one, would sound like this. You're wondering where the action is. Didn't quite fit in the folk note. Okay, so quite a lot of those.
know.
Okay.
Go for
You're
it.
wondering where the action is. Actually, the first ever gig that I did, where I sang only my songs, was in about 1980, and then I never sang them again until this year. So, like, Paul,
My
I owe
fault.
you a
My
lot.
fault.
Yeah, I
My
owe you a
fault.
lot. No.
My
It's
fault.
like spark.
Sorry, everybody.
No, not at all. Okay, I mentioned the Ceilidh band earlier. Well, we did a lot of Ceilidhs, and one of the worst ones,
Who was in the Ceilidh band?
it was me, obviously.
Well, yeah. You can't remember, can you?
Yeah, Martin Robertson, Stephen Pratt, Ben Hudson, Jed Hudson. We're called the Deadly Earnest Ceilidh Band. And one of the worst ones was we did a teetotal and an Irish family at the Irish Centre in Leeds. So you could almost see like a line straight down the middle of the floor. So I thought the least that the teetotal Welsh family could do was, the least they could have done was have like a yard of orange juice competition or something. This is the most interesting part of the act.
I'll go for that.
Anyway, this is much worse than that. It's called the Nobleman's Wedding. Once I was invited to a nobleman's wedding. She was a dame that proved so unkind, and now that she's married, she thinks upon her losses. All the true love that walked in her mind. So for being over, all things being ended, bridegroom and bride stood among the nobles all, and scarcely the words of the marriage vow were spoken. Oh, my true lover walked in the hall. How can you lie on another man's pillow? You said that you'd be true for so long, and now you have left me to wear the green willow. Why broken hearted for your sake alone? Here is the ring, by your vows it is broken. Here is the ring, I cast it back again. You gave it to me as a true lover's token. Now it no longer with me shall remain. Now the bride being seated at the head of the table, every word was spoke, she marked it full well. To bear it no longer, she was quite unable. Down to the bridegroom's feet she did fall. Here is one request that I will ask you for. This being a first and only one to be, that the cyanide lie with me mammy, ever after beside thee. In asking this request, well, he granted to a fairy. Sighing and sobbing, she went unto her bed, but early, so early, the very next morning, rose and they found that the bride was dead. I was invited to a nobleman's wedding. She was a dame that proved so unkind, and now that she's married, she thinks upon her losses. For my true lover walked in her mind. You're joking. The time has whizzed by.
It's whizzed.
This is another one of my songs, and again, I'm sort of like definitely a child of the 50s. That it's like I used to listen to the radio a lot. There used to be a time before the internet. I know. I know. People can't believe it. But what happened was there was a program on the radio which was about camp followers, and what happened was. It was a very interesting program, sitting out like the beginning of like a nursing fraternity or sorority, and how badly treated they were by the British Army. So I went down to the Imperial War Museum, because you had to in those days, and I went down and I looked through all of the regulations round about the time of the Napoleonic Wars and the Crimea Wars. There was an allowance for women to sort of be camp followers. They were actually given like a penny a day. That was like what they were allowed. But in regulations they went so like men, arms, horses, cattle, and then women. Sort of like so they were treated sort of pretty badly. And this song kind of cropped into my mind. It's got a rip snort over chorus, which is, who would a follower be to go with a man to the Warlands? Okay. This is the first time I've sung it in a folk club since about 1986 or thereabouts. You are my guinea pigs.
Squeak.
So who would a follower be to go with a man to the Warlands? Who would a follower be to go with a man to the Warlands? Who would a follower be to go with a man to the Warlands? Now it's all work and there's no pay when you follow your man to the Warlands. Never get fat on a penny a day, can't say no one wonder. Who would a follower be to go with a man to the Warlands? Who would a follower be to go with a man to the Warlands? You throw your lot to go a stay through dead worse than cattle. At least you're close and comfort to men in the hell of battle. Who would a follower be to go with a man to the Warlands? Who would a follower be to go with a man to the Warlands? For the love of a man you leave your friends, forsake your home and country, go like a gypsy to far off lands, life that's hell and misery. Who would a follower be to go with a man to the Warlands? Who would a follower be to go with a man to the Warlands? do what soldiers do, all things but the fighting. You eat their food, you live their way, even to the dying. Who would follow a bee to go with a man to the warlands? Who would follow a bee to go with a man to the warlands? Your cook, your nurse, your mother and all things that many will name. Hard sick foot's a soldier with a gun, didn't even take a pinch of thing. Who would follow a bee to go with a man to the warlands? Who would follow a bee to go with a man to the warlands? Now it's all work and there's no pay when you follow a man to the warlands. Never get 5 on a penny a day, can't say no one won't give us chance. Who would follow a bee to go with a man to the warlands? Who would follow a bee to go with a man to the warlands? Who would follow a bee to go with a man to the warlands? Who would follow a bee to go with a man to the warlands? Thank you very much.
Thanks, Joey. Right, we have a short beer break for people to relieve themselves by getting more beer.
Yes.
Not being a suit. And there will be raffle tickets on the
Yeah, we nearly won it, yeah. So your luck was in. Okay. Right, before they had the internet, we used to sort of wind up reading books. And I don't know if you can remember a book which was called A Book of Heroic Failures by a fellow called Stephen Pye. And in it there was this story about this American lad who decided to make dollars, like silver dollars, but he made them out of steel. So basically what happened was they all rusted.
Oh.
So he was caught rust-handed with all of these. And this song's called I'm As Famous As My Mailman. I did write this in about 1982-ish or thereabouts, and it's quite prophetic, I suppose. I thought one day I'd see my name in lights. All I got is older and bags under my eyes. I've heard tell what you give's what you get. I've given my best, I ain't seen nothing yet. Cause I'm as famous as my mailman. My future's bright and rusty dollar on a 5 and dime store. That last bit's a chorus. If you don't join in, I'll follow you home and move in next door, okay? I'm as famous as my mailman. My future's bright and rusty dollar on a 5 and dime store. I know this drinking's gonna drag me down. I'm slowly turning into a red-nosed clown. Catch my reflection, see a broke-down boozer. Perhaps I'll make it as the all-time loser. I'm as famous as my mailman. My future's bright and rusty dollar on a 5 and dime store. I try to tell myself that I just don't care. At least with the mailman, people know that he's there, delivering bad news almost every day. You don't know his face, you don't know his name. So I'm as famous as my mailman. My future's bright and rusty dollar on a 5 and dime store. I heard he was robbed and got into a fight. Beat some guy who pulled a gun, some dude with a knife. I thought that being a mailman was much, much safer. At least he got his face all over the local paper. I'm as famous as my mailman. My future's bright and rusty dollar on a 5 and dime store. Song on my songs for fame and glory. All I get is don't call us the same old story. The sum of them out there with more fame than he can take. I'm going out to get a slice of his cake. Cause I'm as famous as my mailman. rusty dollar on a 5-and-10 store. Famous as my Mailman, my future's prize a rusty dollar on a 5-and-10 store.
Oh!
Okay, so I like to do quite a bit of delving around and trying to find sort of songs from source. One of the greatest sources is the collection of the English Folk Dance and Song Society from, I think it was something like 1889 to about 1918. Strange how it sort of came to an end at that time. And this is a song that I found in there, and it's all about a woman called Nancy Dawson. And strangely, that's what it's called. And it's got a chorus which is basically Nancy Dawson. Okay? She was a singer and a dancer at the one and the same time, and this was regarded as quite a big feat at the time. And the actual tune is, of all the girls in our town, the dark, the fair, the red, the brown. But I'm so rubbish at reading music, I wrote this instead. Of all the girls in our town, the dark, the fair, the red, the brown, who dance and prance it up and down, there's none like Nancy Dawson. Her easy manner, form so sweet, puts it, trips it down the street. Her every movement is so sweet, there's none like Nancy Dawson. See how she comes to bring surprise, joy and pleasure in her eyes. To prove you that she always tries, how I love me Nancy Dawson. Her cheeks the very rose in bloom, a breath like pine trees newly hewn, each movement like a pleasant tune, how lovely Nancy Dawson. All her kings would lose their crown, see our angels would stoop down. She's worth the ransom of the town, is me darling Nancy Dawson. In Headland I might find a cell, all me fellow madmen tell, how thousands in a folly fell, bewitched by Nancy Dawson. Of all the girls in our town, the dark, the fair, the red, the brown, who dance and prance it up and down, how I love me Nancy Dawson.
Tony, can I ask a question?
What?
When you're not saying up here.
This is for the world, my darling.
It's like that.
This is a song which I would say defined my guitar playing, because I used to play in standard tuning, and when I would play, everybody would be staring at this hand. So I learned how to play in dadgad. I was taught by Gordon Tyrrell. He kind of showed me, and this was the first song that I would say kind of defined the way that I could play, sort of properly anyway. And people started listening to the song rather than staring at the hand. It's called The Rich Miser's Daughter. of an old miser in London did dwell. I don't wanna know me fine daughter that a sailor loved well. As soon as the old man he was out of the way, she's along with her sailor boy by night and by day. And when that father heard of this news, down to some sea captain he immediately goes, saying, Captain, oh Captain, good news I have to tell. I have got a young sailor boy as a transport to sell. And what will you give me? The old miser he said, I'll give you 7 guineas and I'll take him straight away. Well, I will take him, I will send him far over the main, and he never will return to court her again. And when that the lady she heard of this news, down to that same captain she immediately goes, saying, Captain, oh Captain, bad news I have to tell. You have taken my sailor boy, he's a lad I love so well. Hand in a pocket, pulled a handfuls of gold, down on that main table 10 she's throwed, saying, Captain, oh Captain, I will give you much more if you'll give me my sailor boy, he's a lad I do adore. Says the captain, not such a thing. I've taken your one over, sent far of the main. I've taken your one over, sent far of the main, and he never will return to court you again. Cursed be me father, cursed be he. I know in me own heart to right ruin me. Well, I will go unto me little cot and I'll lay myself down. Oh, and all through this a long night for William I'll mourn.
Tony, do you realise that following the introduction from that song, all the guitarists were looking at their hands?
It's all smoke and
I
mirrors.
just thought I'd mention that.
Yeah. So it's great. Okay. I haven't always had like the best of relationships with music, and
Oh, there, tell us about it.
yeah. I used to do work at men's clubs, and basically, it's quite easy to sort of like to be turned off from sort of performing completely. And so I'm going to tell you, this isn't about a person, although it's meant to sound like a person. It's not about a person. It's actually about my relationship with music when I was doing the work at men's clubs in the mid-80s. Somebody thought, because I hadn't done an introduction, they thought I was singing about Brexit. Which I thought. I've tried so many times to leave you, and still you won't let me go. To leave those scabs and scars behind, there'd be nothing left to show. But I'd still know and you'd remind me. You hold my very heart and my soul in your icy, careless hands. Your voice taunts everything I do. Your grip denies what I am. And I defy you, but your smile betrays you. I've tried so very hard to leave you. You'd leave me to try and die in vain. You turn your eyes from the love I bring and just feed from my pain. And you repulse and you destroy me, and you no longer care. And I fall helpless, floundering in your curses. Your laughter weighs me deeper down. With your fatal, fascinated gaze, you smirk while I drown. And I defy you, but my constancy betrays me. I've tried so many times to leave you, and still you won't let me go. To leave these scabs and scars behind, there'd be nothing left to show. And your kiss burns, and my smile betrays me. That's cheered me all up, hasn't it?
So we're all feeling the same way, by the way.
Oh yeah, that's just mine though. I was talking earlier about being in Leeds, and when I first went to Leeds I took a guitar, a banjo, a 5-string banjo, a mandolin and a reel-to-reel recorder, and the first pub I went into was the Fenton, which is right beside the big white building, the university building in Leeds, and the barman said do you sing and play a bit? Which I thought was quite good since I had 5 instruments and a tape recorder with me. And I said I sing folk music. He says there's no such thing as a happy folk song. Well, this is a happy folk song. All the comely young maiden fair was walking out for to take the air. She met a sailor along her way, so I paid attention. So I paid attention to hear what they might say. Said William, lady, why walk alone? The evening's over, the day's near done. She cried as tears from her eyes did fall. It's me dark-eyed sailor, 'tis me dark-eyed sailor, that has caused my downfall. It's 6 long years since he left this land. The golden ring I took from me hand. We brought that token, his harp's with me, and the others rolling, and the others rolling at the bottom of the sea. side as in old young grow, like a winter's morning, like a winter's morning, when the ground is covered with snow. With his cold black eyes and his curly hair, his pleasant tongue did me heart and snare. Gentle he was, not a rake like you, to entice a maiden, to entice a maiden, to slide the jacket balloon. When half a ring did young William show, she seemed distracted twixt grief and woe. Yeah, welcome Billy, I have the land and gold, for me dark-eyed sailor, for me dark-eyed sailor, so manly, true and bold.
Whoa!
One more. Is it like a real one more? Or can I do like 2 or 3?
No, you can't do 2 or 3.
Can't do 2. Can I do 2?
Possibly. Depends how long the first one is.
Okay. Do you know what? I'm going to do another traditional song, and so things never change.
Oh, it's a long one then.
I'll sing it fast. So, things never change. It's a song, I suppose, it's like a sentiment that never goes away. This song comes from the American War of Independence, and it's called I Wish That the Wars Were All Over, and that's the chorus basically. Down in the meadow the violets are blue, heard pretty Polly a cursing aloud. The song that she sang made all the grove to ring. Oh, Billy's gone from me to serve George the King, and I wish that the wars were all over. Now you know that the wars are all over. And I stepped up to her and made this reply. Said, mighty girl, now what makes you to cry? Billy's gone from me, I love so dear, and Americans will kill him, so great is my fear, and I wish that the wars were all over. You know that the wars are all over. And now for me parents no longer can stay, to seek for my William I'll haste and away. And like a bold man, so carefree and trim, to seek for my Billy, I'll go serve the King, and I wish that the wars were all over. Now you know that the wars are all over. And now to some tale I must haste and away, break myself out in some young man's array, to see if my Billy will have me for his wife. So free for his sake I will venture my life, and I wish that the wars were all over. Now you know that the wars are all over. It was down in the meadow where violets are blue, heard pretty Polly a cursing aloud. The song that she sang made all the grove to ring. Billy's gone from me to Sir George the King, and I wish that the wars were all over, crying out that the wars were all over. Thank you very much. Okay, I will finish with this. This is a song which is not written by me, but I added an extra verse. And it's about 3 people who are very famous in the northeast. One of them's called Coffee Johnny, who gets an honourable mention in Bladen races. Second one's called Tommy on the Bridge. Now Tommy used to sort of beg on the swing bridge, and used to stand above the boundary line and rock from foot to foot like this, because it was illegal to busk in both Newcastle and Gateshead. So he'd rock from foot to foot to make sure his foot wasn't on the ground long enough. And the last one is the verse that I wrote, which is about Dolly Peel, who used to hide people, like sailors and soldiers, underneath her skirts, away from the press gangs. There is a life-sized statue of her in Shields, and it's about this high, so either she had a very big skirt or it was like very short sailors, okay? The chorus says, you should see some friends of mine, ask them round to share some time with you, and maybe they'll be friendly to you. So ignore him. I'm going to finish this. I've got another one to do after this. I'll do down the stairs. Chorus is this. You should see some friends of mine, ask them round to share some time with you, and maybe they'll be friendly to you. Give it a try, Denny. You should see some friends of mine. You should see some friends of mine, ask them round to share some time with you. Maybe they'll be friendly, and maybe they'll be friendly to you. Let's smile. The tallest man I know, it's gentle Johnny O, and though his strength is clear, there's nothing there to fear. But every Friday night he drinks his pain away. Then take care what you say, and don't get in his way. Here we go. You should see some friends of mine, ask them round to share some time with you. Maybe they'll be friendly to you. There's Tom with his wasted eyes, he's one more friend of mine, and every day he lives, he begs upon the bridge. He says he breaks no laws, he's above the time, so he stands on the line. He stands there all the time. Good to go. You should see some friends of mine, ask them round to share some time with you, and maybe they'll be friendly to you. Standing small beside the sea, hand on heart by old Sheila's quay, recruiting gangs, they shout, they roar. Dolly hides on hearts all from the war. Beneath the turn and sand in plain sight, some small
before you do your very last song. So that's you for 6 in the morning. Some of us are still working for others. So anyway, next fortnight is a singer's night again. Fortnight after that, which is the 2nd of February, we have Christmas Day Wilson, the original Wilson Blues.
This song is virtually all chorus. Angels watching over me. Thank you very much. On this new morning, this new night, angels watching over me, my Lord. Hope's gonna be my God and mine. Angels watching over me. Give it a try. All night, all through the day, angels watching over me, my Lord. All night, all through the day, angels watching over me. Sun is dying in the west, angels watching over me, my Lord. And now when they began to rest, angels watching over me. All night, all through the day, angels watching over me, my Lord. All night, all through the day, angels watching over me. I'll lay me down to sleep, angels watching over me, my Lord. I pray the Lord is on the gate, angels watching over me. All night, all through the day, angels watching over me, my Lord. All night, all through the day, angels watching over me. On this new morning, this new night, angels watching over me, my Lord. Hope's gonna be my God and mine. Angels watching over me. All night, all through the day, angels watching over me, my Lord. All night, all through the day, those angels watching over. All night, all through the day, angels watching over me, my Lord. All night, all through the day, angels watching over me. Thank you very much.
Sorry for that last song. Can I ask you please take your glasses down the back of you when you keep practicing all that stuff? Good night, God bless. Don't forget, next fortnight is a session. Fortnight after that is the original Wilson. So the original one, guys.